I'm Ed Duncan, and this is...
I'm Don Duncan. I'm the older brother.
Well, I guess we kind of grew up here, so both past 60 now. I don't know, how many years is that?
I'm still long done.
Okay.
Well, too many, probably.
I've been in there. Besides, I won't count the years that I spent my juvenile years working here, but I've been here as my occupation for 45 years. I don't think Ed is too far behind me with that. He spent a couple years at SDSU and the University of South Dakota getting a business degree, and then he worked for a short time. I guess Ed could be telling you this as an accountant, but
I like them when they're hot.
he missed the bakery so much that he wanted to come back. He also missed the town, and he missed his parents. Well, I had gone to baking school in Minneapolis, Dunwoody Industrial Institute, and I went there to learn the basics of baking, and then I came back here. It was a 10-month course. I came back here and went to work with my father. And that was where I really learned, was from him. You know, the baking industry itself is one thing, but when you come into a place and things are being done a certain way and have been done for a certain way for 30 years already, a young guy isn't going to come in and start changing things, you know. You just go with the flow, and basically we're making things the way that they were, you know, back in the 30s and 40s. Added a machine that'll help a little bit, but the recipes are the same, and so the staples in this business have proved to be the raised dough, which we make our Long Johns and Bismarcks for.
As far as donuts, I guess chocolate donuts and nutty donuts.
What's your favorite?
Probably nutty donuts.
This is a Danish dough, and what this is a piece of dough that you roll out, and you fold in this butter that I'm going to put in between the layers. If they like rich pastry, which Danish is, this is how it should be made. The new style bakery, they call it Blitz, and rather than it being in layers, you won't even be able to tell it. But if you take a Danish roll from here, you'll see every one of those layers. If you take a Danish roll and break it apart, you'll see every one of those layers. It's very tender and very rich. It's not something that you want to have one or two of every day, but if you want a really rich roll, a Danish roll is what you want to have.
Do you still love what you do?
No. I can't say that I don't like it, but I didn't let my children go into the baking business because it just takes your whole life is what it is. I mean, you can't afford to hire people to do this for you in a small town because the wages that it requires, you know, would basically take the profit out of the business. So you have to do the work yourself. And if you want to be successful, you've got to be open when the people, you know, want you to be there, and that's basically, they'd like us to be here 7 days a week. Get down here and there's an awful lot of work for, you know, 2 or 3 people to try to get done in a day. It gets a little hectic and gets a little uncomfortable then, but, you know, most days, you know, with the routine that we have, you know, we can enjoy it. And, you know, as long as we've got our health, I think we'll probably be around for a few years.